We have a bright, shining star joining us on today's episode, and that's my man Sal from the Horns Over Hoops podcast. Y'all know him with C-Dub. We got to talk about Josh Giddey. Can he average a triple-double this season? My man Sal's got the stats. And then we're going to talk about Norman Powell, the new addition. What will his impact be to this young Chicago Bulls team? And then the importance of Montes Buzelis and Caleb Wilson gelling for the future of the Chicago Bulls. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang,
Boys podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I am with my dog C-Dub, and we got a shining star in the podcast community joining us tonight for a dope episode, and that is Mr. Sal from the Horns Over Hoop podcast. Sal, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me, man. Let me tell you something. That intro always goes hard, but it goes that much harder when you're a part of the show, man. I love that music. Like,
shout out my boy.
How long is it? Because I want the full track. I need something to jam to on my way to work, man.
I gotta look for it, but it was produced by my man's Hayes. Everybody know him. Hayes be throwing alley-oops, looking out. But hey, man, C-Dub, man, we got my man Sal here. He got some intriguing stuff for us. Sal, you dropped a video on your own show. And pretty much talked about Josh Giddey and the possibility of him potentially being able to average a triple-double this upcoming season. Can you provide some of the stats that you presented on your show with some of our guests over here?
Absolutely. And, it's funny that it's funny because there's been like a lot of, it all spawned to me after there's been a lot of talks about Josh Giddey over the off season. And, I want to know what he did that was so wrong to deserve so much negative comments his way, from what position he should truly be to if he's really a fit on this team. So I kind of went ahead and I did a little deep dive. And, I put out a video. Can he put out a triple double? Now, does that mean that I fully believe that he's going to this season? Not at all. But I do think that given the tools that he has on this team now, as well as just the progression of his talents, I feel like it is an absolute possibility. And it's something that us as Bulls fans should be looking out for. Now, I know when I mentioned averaging a triple double, I get a couple side eye looks because, in the history of the NBA, two people have done it. You got the Big O, you got Russell Westbrook, and two heavy names. I'd like to add Josh Giddey to that. I think that given that we've bolstered our front court, I can certainly see Josh Giddey's assist numbers going down because I have the stats right here. For the 25-26 season, he averaged 17 points, 8.3 rebounds, 9.1 assists. Okay. The assists, he's there. He's basically there. He's got one more. He's basically under assist away from averaging a double-double. And I'd like to think that having Clax down low and having Norman Powell to shoot on the perimeter and to pick up that, extra, provide that extra assist, I feel like that's basically a lock in the bag. It's the rebound numbers that I can see him kind of struggling because we did add Claxton, we did add Wilson, and of course we're going to have a very, very tall lineup on there. But I still think it's possible.
For sure. C-Dub, what's your take on it when providing like some of the stats that Sal provided with his rebounds, his assist? Where you stand on it? Do you think it's possible?
He makes a very strong case for Josh Giddey. And I just want to direct y'all to the first week of the season last year where he averaged 22, 10, and 10. He already averaged a triple-double for the first week of the season last year. A lot of the things that my man Sal said is correct. I'll just break it down to he has better players around him. He has better players. When you think about shooters, he has shooters and Norman Powell out there. Montes Buzelis improved his 3-point game last year, plus the guys on the bench as well. Don't forget those guys on the bench. Caleb Wilson is also a pretty good shooter, and you just don't get your assists off people shooting 3-point shots. You know that. You can get guys going to the basket in transition. He's just awesome. Josh Giddey, I'm speaking about. I do think that the only probably worry, I don't want to call it a worry, it'll be for the rebounds, because you got guys like Claxton and Caleb Wilson and Montes Buzelis, who I think will improve as a rebounder this year. It's going to be hard to combat, but Giddey doesn't rebound in a natural sense, like he's standing underneath the basket boxing out. He's got them static rebounds where he's coming from the perimeter and snatching them where people ain't seeing him coming. They can't box him out. Plus, he's a big old strong guy. If he has a little guy, he can box him out and seal him and get the rebound. But if you was to ask me straight up, could he average or will he average a triple-double? I would say yeah. I think the only thing that'll be different, the 22 points per game. That's probably going to be cut, maybe a third, maybe give him 15 to 17 points per game. Like that, I don't think he needs to score as much this year.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an important thing to watch out for. Both of you guys pretty much talked about the schematics of it all, and I think that's where most of the impact will come in. Sal mentioned earlier with some people saying that he should be a shooting guard. Did we not see that experiment in OKC, ladies and gentlemen? Chill. He's going to be the point guard. He's going to share the sugar. I don't really like this saying it. But Bryson Graham said he going to share the sugar. And I think that it's going to be, you're going to be seeing it in forms with the pick and roll with not only with him and Claxton, but I think Wilson will be in that exchange as well.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have some opportunities. I want to see how do they allow him to operate offensively more so in a spot up corner 3 shooter, because earlier on, Tiago Splitter, he talked about seeing Montes Buzelis in some pick and roll action. So I think there's going to be a place to where, we might experiment with it and they're going to try it out maybe in practice in a couple of games and we'll see where that lands. But I think he's going to have a hell of an opportunity, because this team, they're going to be like gazelles running up and down the floor during transition. And it's going to be good for them.
My fault, nephew. Will you finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I think he has a 2-man game with everybody that's in the starting lineup. He got a 2-man pick and roll game with Nick Claxton. Of course, he ain't going to pop at all, but he's going to be a threat rolling to the rim. Montes Buzelis, he can do both. Caleb Wilson, he can do both. He actually got a pick and pop game with Norman Powell too. So he's going to have a lot of assets to go to get to that triple double, and I don't think it's as hard as maybe people think. It won't be that hard.
For sure. Sal, I got a question for you. What will be in your mind once the season concludes next year? What would you want to see from Giddey? Like, because for me, I don't necessarily need him to be an all-star for him to have a good fucking season. You know what I'm saying? Because that's fan voting that's going to dictate that. But for you, when we come around next year, March, April, and you look at Josh Giddey, what will be some of the things that he did over the season to where you be like, yep, it was a good, acceptable season?
Well, definitely kind of take the reins, start becoming that leader. The thing about Giddey is he's a smart ball player. And the problem with basketball IQ is sometimes the only time a guy gets credit for having a high basketball IQ is when he pulls off a play that no one's ever seen before to save the game or to end the game. They never really give too much credit to basketball IQ while the game is actually being played, in the sense of his court vision, his ability to read the passing lane, his ability to put people in the position that they need to be to provide better offense. So definitely, I feel like he's got all the pieces to be set up. Just run the offense. I want to see him kind of establish his identity as that floor general, that leader, the point guard that Chicago has been needing for quite some time now. And stats, here's the thing, stats, I never really read too much into stats, primarily because sometimes stats are very, very misleading. Because, at the end of next season, if Josh Giddey now somehow averages 13 points, but his assist numbers go up and his rebounds go on. The only stat that people are going to gravitate towards is that points per game went down. You know, they're not going to read between the lines where they see, yeah, the points per game went down, but his assists went up because he is now providing a better flow to the offense. He's providing easy scoring ability by his passing. Turnovers go down means the other team is scoring less second chance opportunities. Overall, I just want Josh Giddey to his character and to kind of put all the negativity behind him and just emerge as the leader of this team.
For sure. C-Dub, what you got?
Okay, I love what Sal said. But I'm just going to do it like it was supposed to be done. I'm saying Sal is right, though. I'm not discounting what Sal said.
Say
I think of the point guard position in the NBA as the quarterback position in the NFL. And when you judge a quarterback in the NFL, it's wins and losses. So I'm going to judge Josh Giddey off wins and losses. And what has he done to impact winning for the Chicago Bulls? I don't think we should grade on a curve in any way for Josh Giddey this season. He has a lot of great players. He has a lot of good players around him, a lot of athletes that like to run up and down the floor. I think he has enough shooters. I don't think he's like swapped with shooters. It's not like Golden State or like OKC or anything, but he has some shooters on the team. I'm going to judge Josh Giddey off wins and losses.
I think that's fair too. I think that the thing I took away from it is the impact, and I think that's what Sal pretty much was saying as well. Because there is a world to where people just look at the box score, look at the box score, look at the box score. But the way that I've always analyzed any game, hell, even the World Cup this year, as a first-time watcher learning a game. Okay, yeah, we look at the box score, but what do your eyes tell you too? And are you going to be delusional or just react and give a honest analysis about what you saw? I think that's the best way to go out there and do it. And by the end of the season, if we see Josh Giddey pretty much raise the level of those around him and allow them to operate and to set those guys up for success, I think that's as good. I think the Chicago Bulls can have a potentially good season if he's the point guard that most of us believe him to be. There's obviously going to be the other side of where they hate watching their own players, but still saying that they're Bulls fans, which is fucking crazy. But we're gonna see, how impactful he is, and I think that to your point, C-Dub, he does have the type of team that he needs to have around him now. Maybe a little lacking in the shooting department, but you got these athletes and these young guys out there. Mm-hmm. Now you should be able to push the pace how you want to push the pace. That outlet pass could be something. You have somebody that can roll to the rim for you in Claxton, and then you're going to have a different type of scheme coming up when Jalen Smith comes into the game. Now that's going to be a floor spacer and open some things up. It's going to be interesting to see, man. It's going to be interesting to see. But, hey, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about my man's Norman Powell. Now, Sal, this was a sign, and I'm like, yes. I seen some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people weren't really too live on it, looking at him as being a 32-year-old and going to take away from others. But I didn't see that because when you talk about the stats, only 15 shots a game. That's not taken away from anybody. And this is a guy that got it out the mud, believe it or not, a mentee of DeMar DeRozan. And first and foremost, Sal, what was your reaction to the Bulls signing Norman Powell, and what type of impact you think he'll have for this young team?
I mean, I was shocked. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for something like this to happen a while. I mean, I'm probably one of the biggest optimists that I know about this team, but even me, I didn't think that they would sign a fresh off an all-star appearance player like that. Because every year during free agency, we always hear whispers, oh, we're going to get this guy. We're going to get this big name. And it really, I don't know if it ever gets above a dull roar. You know what I mean? I'm sure the seriousness is there. But Norman Powell kind of did something different where the Bulls kind of established aggression as far as Bryson Graham is ready to go out and get the players that he needs to better this franchise. You know what I mean? He's not just talking the talk. He's backing it up with getting those players. And with a player like Norman Powell, man, with a 2-year, $45 million contract, with the second year being something called a team option. The Chicago Bulls finally pulled the team option out of their bag. That's something that I don't know when it's gone to the wayside, that the front office has always just provided player options. But how about let the team decide if we want you back or not? How about let the team decide what we do with all that money that we're going to give you and if you've truly earned it? So, I mean, it's 1 year, and realistically speaking, he may be 32, but at the same time, next year, if he doesn't have a season that pans out, or if we don't like what we see, thanks for playing. Have a nice day. And I wouldn't call that a wasted bag either, because what you can get out of him for a year, he can be a mentor, like he was a mentee to DeMar. He could be a mentor to the next one up. I mean, how cool would it be having a player like Norman Powell? Now, I don't like comparing apples and oranges, because I don't feel like it'd be the same game, but have a player like Norman Powell kind of sit next to Dalen Swain and teach him a thing or two. Let him be the next man up, because I'm a huge advocate for Dalen Swain. I think he's going to be a huge asset to this lineup, and having a player like Norman Powell to kind of take him under his wing, we may have already found our shooting guard. So,
when I first heard of this signing of Norman Powell, I immediately was like, yeah, that's perfect for this team, because I knew this team was lacking this one thing, a guy that the coach can point to, or the shooting coach can point to, like that guy right there. He made it all the way to the top. He won a championship. There ain't no doubt, and that ain't none of the rest of you motherfuckers won a championship or even got close. Except Nick Claxton. He got to the semifinals with Kevin Durant, the toe land thing. But in that part, with this young of a team where they can, and he's being so versatile with what he do when it comes to scoring, versatile scoring. He's a 3-level scorer. He can shoot the three, he can score in the mid-range, he can get to the basket. He's an all-star from last year. He's a highly respected player in this league. And my first reaction, like, oh yes, that's a fucking good job. Now you want to talk about his game. It's going to be a lot of times with this young team where we're going to be like, oh, what do we do now? What the fuck? Give the ball to Norman. That's what you do. Clear it out, give it to Norman, or go and send a pick over there, get Norman a pick, let him do what he does, because he's a professional scorer, an efficient scorer. Nephew already told you he only take 15 shots per game last season, and that's with a Miami Heat team where shots were available. He could have took more of that. You know what I'm saying? So Norman Powell is a really good piece. I know he's not long-term piece. He shouldn't be a long-term piece. But for the early part of this developing these young men, and Montes and Caleb Wilson, especially even Dalen Swain, he's a great acquisition just for knowledge and IQ and what he can give to these young players trying to get into their own in this NBA. They trying to be grown men. They ain't even grown men yet, bro.
For real, man. Sal, I call Norman Powell the stabilizer, because what C-Dub alluded to. When it get a little funky, hey, just give it to Norman Powell, settle us down. We going a couple minutes without scoring. All right, Norman. We need to calm these young fellas down so we can move this thing forward. And to your earlier point, Sal, it was crazy to see that the Bulls had some leverage. I'm like, hold on, y'all got the leverage and not the actual player this time. Kudos to Bryson Graham. And I think that the impact is something that we always talk about. You need veterans in a young locker room.
Yes.
We can't, like, there are some people, he doesn't fit the timeline. I understand that. But you need veteran leadership to stabilize the ship. You just can't have a bunch of young guys walking around not understanding how to be a professional in this league. Norman Powell got it out the mud from barely no minutes to getting some minutes to being a starter, to being a 6-man, to being a champion. He earned his way up, and he worked his way up to this. So I think that this is a really good signing for the Chicago Bulls. He's already worked out with some of his teammates when he met up with them across Summer League. And he talked about, I'm not trying to take anything away from these guys. I want them to be themselves, but they got to understand that you got to work. You have to work. And that's what we needed in his locker room. And I think it's essential for the success of the Chicago Bulls, man.
Yeah, I want that situation when we like, now give it to Norman because we need to sell it. I want that to be Montes. I need that to be Montes. It could be Caleb, but I want it to be Montes. I want it to be Montes. And I think he can take the reins. I actually think he's going to lead the team in scoring this year. That's another video for another day.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. You didn't think, Sal? Who do you think is gonna be the leading scorer of this team? Do you think it's gonna be Norman off rip, or you have another one in there, or you need to see it first?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the part of it is I need to see it, but just going off the top of my head and just transitioning play styles from last year into this year, I say probably who's better set up will be a Norman Powell. But I would like it to be Modest as well. I mean, honestly, I would like it to. Hey, man, if everyone on the team just averages the same amount of points and we win more games, that'd be the best stat line for me. But honestly, I would like to see some of our young bucks, step up and take some more shots and make more shit. I would like to see Modest become an offensive staple, man. So yes. I'm gonna have to agree with C-Dub, man. I would love to see Modest take it, but right off the bat, I think Norman Powell's going to take it just because of his shooting, man. He's just a better shooter.
For sure, man. I think this season is going to be interesting, especially, and that's another reason why I'm adding on to this Norman Powell stuff and how I like him with this team. Because if you look at the East, it's loaded now. It's loaded now. You got your Boston, you got the Cavs, you got the Sixers, really, really loaded. You got the Knicks, you still got Orlando. You got the Hawks. That's 6 teams already.
Yep.
6 teams.
Washington,
already.
They come in.
Washington, that's 7. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what these young Charlotte Hornets are about to look like now without LaMelo. That's 8. Indiana Pacers are getting Halliburton back. That's 9.
It's gonna be a slaughter in the East.
It's about to be crazy, man. And Sal, do you think that the East has called up to the West now?
Oh man, that's heavy shoes to fill. I mean, I would say it's definitely make a good case. I mean, it definitely made a good case. I would say the West still probably has the edge just because of that style of play. Mm-hmm. And just, I mean, like you right off the bat, you think of San Antonio, you think of OKC, you think of Minnesota adding LaMelo Ball. I mean, imagine how good that team's going to be with the addition of LaMelo Ball. I mean, teams in the West just got better, and the Lakers got worse. They lost LeBron, but I think it's going to be a fun battle. I'll just say that. I think I'll still give the edge to the West, but I think the East is coming.
For sure. Now let's switch on to our last topic before we get a couple questions in from the chat. Sal, this is the future right here. Montes and Caleb Wilson. There was a little, journalists, they doing their journalistic stuff. So, they like, there might be a little bit of conflict, and there might be a little bit of, what I'm saying? These guys going at each other. But I'm like, it's going to work itself out anyway, regardless. Karl Anthony Towns was in Minnesota before Ant came. And once the game started being played, everybody knew, it's Ant. We'll see what happens with it. But I want to talk about this. Sal, how important is it for these 2 players to gel?
Huge. I mean, you're talking about 2 young players that arguably are going to be the face of the franchise in the coming years, and have a real shot of bringing back, the dynamic duo. I mean, I used to play a little game called NBA Jam, and it was my favorite because it was a duo, man, 2-on-2. And like back in the 90s and 80s, which is where I watched a lot, where I fell in love with the game, the duo was everything, Scotty and Jordan, Ewing and Starks as far as the watching them go against them, Shaq and Kobe, C-Dub and Bobby. I mean, the dynamic duo just. So I'm excited for that to come back, man, to have 2 alphas on the team, but, not not 3 aged alphas put together on a team, but 2
Right.
young up and coming alphas that play really athletic and really turn heads and bring the name Chicago basketball back into the seats. I was telling somebody yesterday at work, I'm like, this team will be the reason why people say I started watching basketball because of Modest and Caleb. I started watching basketball, for those who fell off for Derrick Rose, they'll say, I love watching Chicago basketball now. So how important is it? It's not just important for the future of the franchise as far as wins and loss production, but as its identity as a whole. We invested a lot of time and love and passion into rebuilding this team, and there's a lot of hype behind it. So I just want to see him back it up.
Let's get it.
Yeah. I don't even have a worry at all with these 2 kids. I call them the twins. They're both great young men. They're great young men. I don't think there'll be a problem with competing egos. I don't see much of an ego on Montez. Maybe Caleb. Caleb got a little, I'm the best. That's Caleb. You know what I'm saying? But I still think he's a great young man. Now, when it comes to the future of the Chicago Bulls, it is vital, and I think it will happen. We have 2 unicorns. Matter of fact, we have a stable of unicorns on this team. Don't let me keep going on with that shit. Leonard Miller is a unicorn too. Hey, Noah Essegay is going to be an all-defensive team member in this league. I'm telling you this right now. He is a terror on defense. But these 2 guys get it together, I wouldn't want to be an opposing team. I wouldn't want to have to play these guys and have this dude guarding you on a perimeter at 6'10" and athletic. Why can't leave you? Why are you still here? You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating. So if we can get that together with 2 fucking unicorns and make them happy, make sure they're happy, which I think they're going to be cool. They're going to be cool. They already kicking it too. They already went to like some kind of pro run, and then I seen them like parked outside of like the museum or something. They kicking it. Them 2 good kids. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about the play on the court. I don't want to go your turn, my turn shit. I don't like that your turn, my turn shit. Whatever falls into place, fall into place. Make that shit be smooth as hell, bro. I don't want no problems. I don't want to hear nothing out the media like he said something about Caleb mama or he said something about Modest mama. Let these 2 kids work, bro, because they finna bring Chicago back in basketball. I'm telling you right now. Ain't nobody got what we got. 2 unicorns. 2 in the starting lineup. Better know it.
Hey, Sal, my prediction for the Chicago Bulls is that they'll lead the league in blocks this season.
I think so.
Because that weak side defender, it's either gonna be Montes or Caleb, and then it's gonna be a block party.
Nick,
it's gonna be a block party.
Nick out there,
Nick actually gonna be able to hold his own too and get some blocks as well. I think the Bulls can lead the league in blocks, and all the length and all that stuff is gonna be crazy. But I'm looking at this too. I'm looking at this pairing, and y'all know me and them people down in Orlando, we got a feisty relationship with one another. So I think that this duo is definitely going to be in the next few years. I think Montes and Caleb will be better than Franz and Paolo.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm standing on it.
It's like a bad match. Like they're not the same. Like Caleb and Montes, they both athletic and they like to work from the perimeter. Like Paolo, I look at him as a post player mostly. Like he can work on the perimeter, but he posts in the post mostly. And Franz, he like Caleb and Montes. I don't know. They've got a hard time figuring that out over there in Orlando.
They do.
I don't think we're gonna have the same problem. We ain't gonna have the same problems.
You want to chime in, Sal?
Oh no, yeah, you got to think. I think Paulo's a type of player, man, that he at any point he could turn it on and he can he'll drop 50 on you. And Franz, and just when you think that you handled him, you got Franz right behind him. Mm-hmm. And I like that comparison because Modest Buzelis has got the athleticism and the offensive bag to where just when you figured him out, he's dumping the ball off to Wilson, who's got his own bag and his own athletic ability. And especially now that, developing a shooting game. I mean, if you thought the guy was good in college, and allegedly shot was at 25.9% on 1.6 attempts per game, he gets in the pros and he says, "Oh, I've always been able to shoot, but that's not what I was expected to do." How are you not just that much more scared, man?
Horrified.
Now it's just a matter of if that youth pans out, translate, because the problem with young confidence is exactly that. You think you're on top of the world, you step on the court, you meet a strong defensive lineup that kind of tears you up and it kind of knocks you back down to reality. So I'm expecting a lot of those games where, we don't end up on top. We fall off our horse, but I want to see more or less how these two young guys rebound from that and turn it around for the next game.
And I like what you just said right there, Sal. When they run up against one of those veteran, hard, tough-nosed defensive teams. Now, if we had two softies, I'll be worried about that. Ain't nothing soft about Caleb or Montes. Nothing. Y'all seen what Luka did to Montes last year? He cooked them. What'd he do? He came right and faced it like, hey, I guess I won't be saying that again. That's it. On to the next day. On to the next game. And Caleb, he already got a vendetta on his back with everybody.
He did. Hey, I think that they're gonna go at him. He got to be ready to respond.
He well equipped. He well equipped to deal with it. He gonna catch his, but he also gonna give some. He gonna give some.
Hey, Sal, before we get into a couple of these comments, who did you like out of Summer League? Out of the two ways and the undrafted players?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Two ways of the undrafted players. I mean, I feel like just the common consensus was Jalen Sellers. So I mean, as much as I really liked him, believe it or not, I like Donovan Atwell, man. He's talking about a dude,
Sal,
a rifleman.
That's why we rock, Sal.
We cook it, Sal.
Sellers is cool and all, but I just love the style of offense that Donovan Atwell plays. The man's got the confidence to shoot the ball from where he shoots and hits it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that you're going to need in the NBA. You know what I mean? You need those guys to come in and provide instant offense and kind of cutting deficit down. Now, am I saying that Donovan Atwell is going to slide in and be a pivotal piece of this offense? Absolutely not. But when you find yourself down 15, 16 points and we go deep in the bench, people like that start chipping away at that lead. Next thing you know, you're down by 8. You know what I mean? Now it's a ball game again. So I really did love Donovan Atwell's game.
Shot 45% in Summer League. And you want to know why it's so impressive? Because that's what he fucking shot in college.
He does what he does.
I'm like, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing what
I really want him to be on the team too. I really want him to be on the team. I don't think we had a specialist like that since Kyle Korver. We had a shooter. Some might say, what's the kid that we got from Sacramento?
Chris Duarte.
No, hell no.
So I'm like
the white guy.
Kevin Huerter.
Kevin Huerter. I thought he could be a shooter, but he's not a shooter. He's a hooper, but he ain't a shooter.
On the real.
He's a hooper though, but he ain't no shooter. We need another specialist. Another splash.
I like that. 8 ball and M14. I like that. I like that Jacob Pone.
We got M16 and M4s out right now. He ain't shooting no M14. I'm just playing.
Hey, man.
Shout out my boy Jacob Pone, man.
Can y'all tell us why you keep, bro? TBO, we
TBO
not
is
naming
the
him C. Willie because P.
Patrick
Willie
Williams
messed it up.
Ever, bro.
Sal, dude, you don't gotta say if you think he'll win, but what chances do you think Caleb will give himself in his rookie of the year race?
Oh,
Caleb give himself
100%.
Caleb will give himself 100%. Yeah, I think he already said that. He said that in 14 seconds into a Bulls uniform, and he said that he's going to be rookie of the year. What do I give him? I'd say he's got. It's hard because I really do think you're going to see a good race this year between Cam Boozer and him. I feel like those two are the real standout players. And with Cameron already establishing himself being so polished and such a well-transitioned NBA player from college right off the bat. It's really going to be up to Caleb to kind of one up that. And more importantly, it's kind of going to fall on the respected franchises. It's kind of more which franchises are going to help them or setting these players up better to win that Rookie of the Year. I guess it's going to come down to who has a better season on a better team.
I've actually said that the kid in Sacramento is going to have the best chance to win. I think that's going to be Caleb's biggest competition there. I think he has the greenest green light you can ever have over there in Sacramento. What's this kid name again?
Darius Acuff.
Darius Acuff. There it is. Darius Acuff. They gave him the keys. He's going to be shooting it all day, and that's what he does. He shoots the basketball. And Caleb. And don't forget about my man Darren Peterson too. He kind of pissed off for not going number one. I think is it a consensus that AJ ain't gonna win the Rookie of the Year? I think that's because nobody ever says AJ.
That's why I was on the side of Sal with Boozer. It coming down to a race between Boozer and Wilson because you got Trae Young over there. and Alex R.
They trying to win.
Yeah,
they trying to
so
win,
while
bro.
he might get the wins, but the Rookie of the Year is gonna come down to the individual performance.
So Darius Acuff is gonna be individual the whole season.
I think that could be very, very interesting. And to Sal's point, I think that Memphis is gonna use Cam Boozer as their offensive hub,
absolutely,
because he could pass. He's a well polished basketball player.
Absolutely,
like literally, he can do a little bit of everything. And Caleb Wilson, he's just gonna be really, really exciting to see how.
What does Cam Boozer's numbers look like as Rookie of the Year?
He probably gonna give you as 18 and 10. He
That's
just
good.
he just suited. It just seemed like he's suited as an 18 and 10 player.
Could you get mad if I say Darius Acuff is 25 and 8?
That'd be crazy.
25 and 8. That's Darius Acuff. I'm telling you right
crazy.
now. Tell you right now.
TBO, tell Mel the lesbian. I said, what's the word?
It's so great. What up, TBO, man?
Man, we call him bro 8 Ball. Damon said Cam Boozer, Rookie of the Year. Grizzlies gave him the green light to do what he wants, for sure.
He ain't that type of player to just go spamming shots, though.
Nah,
he gonna play within the offense. Yeah. Peterson now. That's another conversation.
That's what it's gonna be interesting over there too, because you got Ace Bailey, you got Triple J, Laurie. So
it's some opportunities there.
Keontae George, right?
Yes, Keontae George is there too.
He got a shout.
I'm talking about opportunity for the Bulls' future on that team. You got Ace Bailey, like he alpha. He want to shoot too. Like they can't keep all them guys, bro.
For sure. Shout out to Dion. Salute, man.
Dion, what up, though?
For sure. HB said he believes Giddey monster season incoming. Let's just hope DeAndre Hunter don't get on him on an island
again.
Forget
about that. We seen that live. That was nice.
Oh, for sure. But hey, man, C-Dub, we're gonna give you a little time before you got to go on to your next endeavor.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I gotta see Peanut Butter Taylor, bro. If you don't get TBO fucking thing off of there, bro. Shit off it. TBO ass.
He talking about some Montes and Caleb the twins, some Keanu wreaking havoc.
Dude,
we calling him A Ball and M14. I don't care what I'm talking about.
No, we ain't doing that, bro. M14.
But hey, want to go ahead and give a big shout out to my man Sal, bro. Thanks for joining the show. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, brother.
Okay. They can find me at Horns Over Hoops. We do shows every Saturday or every Sunday at 9 or 9, depending on if I work that day or not. But it's always bright and early in the morning. I usually do release videos every Thursday. I try doing a little deep dives of various players. The last one I did was on Josh Giddey averaging that triple-double, and the one before that, I did a little deep dive on Rob Dillingham, because I feel like, we really haven't seen enough of Rob Dillingham to truly write him off. So I try to approach them all pretty neutral. I don't tend to sway one way or another. I give you the facts and I let you formulate your own opinion. I'll give you a little sneak peek at the video I'm working on right now. I shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway because I want to be. And that is 5 reasons why I think that this Chicago Bulls team isn't that far away from a postseason appearance as people may think. So I'll have that out on Thursday. But most importantly, man, thank you guys both for giving me the opportunity to come on the show and address your fans, man. I could say it every time I come on here, but I truly mean it. You guys are truly one of the best duos in the pod game, man. Honestly, your chemistry, your everything, man. It does. It makes me feel incredible to be, desired to come on your show by 2 of the greatest, dude.
You already know,
man.
brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Y'all. Sal, one of them guys, bro. Sal, the good guy, bro. He a good
sometimes
guy, bro.
I get sometimes that works against me, man. Every time I get called the optimist all the time. Like, you're the opposite of
I'm the homer of homers. I don't give a shit about none of that. If I want to feel excited for a particular play, a particular team, or whatever, I'm gonna do it. I got a platform right there. It ain't gonna be too crazy. I mean, it's gonna be based on fact.
For sure. Well, C-Dub, you got anything left before we rock out?
No, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We on our way to 20K. We will get there any day. Make sure that you subscribe to my man's Sal, man, Horns Over Hoops over there on YouTube. And y'all the best in the world. That's all I got to say.
For sure. Hey, shout out to my people, Lil Ricky and Stabby. You already know, TBO. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for tuning in to another episode. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Don't freeload. And definitely go over and support the Horns Over Hoop podcast as well, man. Sal be doing great work over there. But hey, man, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all always see red. Y'all already know we gonna catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace, y'all.
Cognac. Gang.